Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Denver Rich, and I will be speaking on three very prolific speakers: John F. Kennedy, Malcolm X, and Dr. Martin Luther King. I saved Dr. Martin Luther King for the last because I have a question of all of you. Let's start with John F. Kennedy. His claim to fame was that beautiful speech: ask not what you can do for your country, but what your country can do for you. I might have got that wrong, but you understand what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. John F. Kennedy was a great president, and he was taken far too early. He never got the opportunity to realize what he actually intended for the country. And that was inclusion, togetherness, and understanding of everyone else's issues. We didn't get there. Now, let's speak on my man, Dr. Malcolm X. Malcolm X was what the FBI considered to be a revolutionary. The FBI, they kept a very tight rein over what he was doing. They wanted to make sure that they were on top of what he was doing and what he was saying, because you have to realize in his time frame that the black and white relationship was very, very strained. And the whites of that era wanted to maintain the status quo. That's a key thing through this whole conversation that we're having today, the status quo. Now, with that being said, he gave quite a few speeches. In his earlier part of his speeches, you heard what could only be considered as fire and brimstone. Okay, I understood that. Once he got back from Mecca, he kind of turned it backwards a little bit, and he started speaking of inclusion and togetherness and understanding and better communicating with the European race at that time. Now, we're going to leave that there on that portion of the table because I'm not trying to get into too many particulars here because I don't have a lot of time. But I want to bring up Dr. Martin Luther King. Now, Dr. Martin Luther King, he, to this day, you can find quite a few people that will recite for you a portion of one of his speeches. And that would be that one day, little black boys and little black girls will be able to, I'm not going to go too much further into that, but his I Have a Dream speech, it bolstered a nation. It pushed everyone to want to be better, and what I find now is, did it actually happen? Did we get where we wanted to go? You ask yourself now, in today's political arena, do we have anyone who's truly seeking inclusion, or do we have people who are truly seeking to divide? By dividing, I mean you have your rich, your poor, you're Hispanic, you're Asian, you're black, you're white, and the other multitude of races that come to this country. They never really speak of inclusion. They only speak of themselves. You see, and I find that to be a problem because the more we focus on the internal portion of our lives, the less we see the external portion of everything. It's like the big picture versus the pinhole. You don't get a complete understanding of anything if you're looking at it through a pinhole. You must open your eyes. And I will say this right here on the very end of this. Did the dream get truly realized? I thank you for taking up your time. I thank you for allowing me to express myself, and I greatly appreciate all of you. My instructor, I want to thank her. I want to thank all of the other students who are taking part in this class with me, and I wish you all the best. You have a great day. Goodbye.